video, I'm going to give you one penny stock that can potentially pull a 20 bagger. As well as that, I'm going to give you 3 other stocks that I'm currently watching. And by the way, I'm loading the shit out of the last one. I do need to say this is not financial advice by any means. I'm just a degenerate who made a lot of money from the stock market. I need a hero. So the company HIRU, as we can see, it's 46% up only today. This is like general description. No one cares about this. Let's go into the nitty-gritty. It's 2.7 billion float, all right, which is not that bad for like the price per share. That means we have like a lot of potential going up. We can see stocks that have a way bigger float running in this market. We have SPZI, which is SPOOS. We have IGPK, which changed the ticker to God knows what. And we have several other companies that have pulled several pennies with a bigger float. So right now, I'm pretty bullish on the float. Basically, the catalyst here is a $80 million merger with a Qatar company, all right? As you can see, the LOI for control block purchase and merger with the Qatar company executed. New manager incoming with large mining operations. Deal to close in July. More details to follow. Right now, we're in the status that if this deal gets executed, and with the current market cap of the company, as we can see, it's $4.3 million. That means, based off like imaginary math, it should be 20 times worth more, which means the stock price should be 20 times higher. Note, this doesn't usually happen in the OTC, but that's the potential that we're looking at if this gets pulled off, of course. As well as that, they have actually returned 1 billion shares back in May, which is super bullish in my opinion, because that means the company just wants the stock price to be higher. If they just wanted to dilute shares, they would probably do so already. They have like probably a longer time like horizon in order to do that if they intend on doing that, but that's on that. They already post the 18 million mining merger information. They're just like waiting for approvals. The LOI, as you can see, it's pretty much official, but know that until the company merges into the shell or the company, it's not official 100% yet. We've seen many mergers falls, but catalyst is there, guys. Now let's go into the chart. As we can see, 2 boner candles. We're at this resistance level, right? That it's basically tricky, because I think what will happen is we're going to get up above this because we like closed super strong here. It's probably going to try and test the 35 resistance, and then afterwards it potentially can go to the 50s and maybe 60s. I genuinely don't know. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that buys stocks he likes, all right? But what I would look at is a breakout of the 25s and then like trying to hit the 35s. I want to look at volume, and I want to see that volume continues to pour into the stock and it's not dying out, all right? As well as that, no dilution currently from what I've seen. This can change, of course. It has diluted in the past, and you might want to keep an eye on this. But currently, right now, it looks, based on what happened in the past, they're not looking for like a short pop and drop, right? They're looking for a big pump that can potentially make a lot of people a lot of money. And in the OTC right now, I think the current situation is that we're just like primed for hero to basically do and pull a multi-day run. Next up, we have GTVH, ticker symbol. Now, float here is relatively good. I don't think this is like the public float, which is actually like relevant. I think there's something going on, but regardless, it's really close to like 1 billion, and it trades like 1 billion. It's currently being accumulated, and these are the current quarter catalyst. Cargo management generating revenue. We're waiting on the revenue to hit. LE audit to complete. The LE signed agreement for a spin-off. So a spin-off is relatively good. It will potentially make the stock price a lot higher. The inventory sale of agreement of up to 4 million, which will add basically double to the market cap, which is currently trading at, and a buyback. Now, if you haven't seen a buyback in a cold stock, and GTVH is a cold stock by any means, it can get chaotic. And that's the main reason I'm looking at GTVH as a potential, because this chart basically, it tried to go up, right? It faced this resistance from, I don't know, 1 year ago, false breakout, and just dropped back to 17s, which was the resistance, like previously. Bounce back, right? And now we are opening a lag with like 30 as a base and 35 to 40 as like a resistance, a mini resistance, some may say. The volume is actually going down, which means sellers are drying up. I am expecting that if it's not going to dilute into the public float, it potentially can break out of this leg and channel, and if it breaks out 40s, I expect it to retest the highs, because honestly there is no much resistance after this. Just one good catalyst, volume going down and trimming slowly, and without no dilution, I think this play can potentially like pull at 100% from here, being conservative. But the risk is there because the only support below the 27s to 28s is going to be the 17. So it potentially is a free fall. So take that in mind. But it has the company is communicating on a day-to-day basis with the shareholders, which is really good. The shareholders are basically like a mini cult, which is super good. And it has a lot of different catalysts. Like honestly, I'm relatively bullish on this stock. I would hate to see it go down, but I do think we have a big potential upwards. Next up on the list, we have IFXY. I'm loading the shit out of this one because, as you can see, the float is 2 billion shares, which is a little less than Hero, and it's currently 5x from this price pretty much. But the interesting thing, because you're seeing this video for like the interesting things, right? What happened? All right, the last tweet the company has put out on its official Twitter page was 1 year ago. Okay, they talked about an acquisition coming soon and they went silent. Okay, now 1 year afterwards, they tweeted IFXY and reposted the Jose Pineda, which is the CEO, tweet. Excited to announce the launch of our new US Standard Capital website. Big plans coming in the near future with all capital. We're probably going to see a real estate merger, deal, acquisition potentially. Like the thing that I'm most bullish on is that we're at 52 weeks low, okay? Like no one got threes. We're currently being traded at like 456. 000456, that is. See where the company and the stock has traded in the past. Now this was the bull market, so of course you cannot compare this, but over here we still traded at the 70-80 range after the bull market finished. Of course this dump was because they canceled the merger that they once had, but honestly this has screaming potential here. Like I genuinely don't think we're going to see less than 0020. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know if the company will execute, but I do know that I'm hella bullish on IFXY right now, and I'm loading a bunch of shares. And the last one is UMGP. Now the only caveat here is it got slapped with a stock promotion. Now, usually, if the company does not do anything dirty, you don't need to worry about it. But we've seen some examples, for example, NILA, which got slapped with the stock promotion tag, and I think immediately got delisted like into the caveat emptor section. Personally, I'm not in UMGP because of that. I don't want to take that risk, but I am looking at it, and it's really interesting for me, because if 1 week passes and it's still with this stock promotion and nothing happened, I think the risk goes down tremendously, and it might be a good buy for me. The reason for that is because UMGP teams up with the one and only Mr. Zach Morris. Now, if you don't know Zach Morris and you don't know who it is, do your due diligence, guys. Honestly, you should know him, but I think it's been like 2 years since Zach Morris like played an OTC, and we've seen what happened with Zach, the token, and we've seen what happened with CEI. Now, once a stock actually teams up with Zach Morris, I think the potential is like honestly 5 to 10x this price, unless they dilute a lot of shares. But again, the only caveat is the stock promotion and the caveat emptor, and I don't think it's a good risk to take right now. But if enough time passes, I do think it's a valid play, and I will potentially go in. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you got some trading ideas, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel to see a lot of content and a lot of trading ideas and more things to come. And like this video, please. See ya.